last Sunday night at the TD Garden in Boston, the Pope Francis High School Cardinals were seeking their first ever Super 8 Division I state title in hockey. It was an improbable road which led the Cardinals to the championship game. Their opponents were the second-ranked BC High Eagles. Many devoted Cardinal fans made the trek down the pike to cheer on their team. Steve Kiltonic was there for all the action and has this report.
It's the dream of every hockey player, whether youth, high school, or college, to play on the big stage, the home ice of an NHL hockey team. For the Pope Francis hockey team, that dream was realized Sunday night, March 18th, when the Cardinals took on the BC High Eagles at the TD Garden, home of the Boston Bruins. The matchup marked the first time in the school's hockey program that it was playing for the Super 8 or Division 1A state championship. The Cardinals are no strangers to the Super 8 tourney, having made it to the semifinals 3 of the past 4 years. Brian Foley is in his 14th season as the Cardinals head coach.
I like the fact that we had 6 seniors and 12 juniors, and I thought from a roster standpoint we were the oldest that we had been in years, and so I thought that that experience and the age would be a benefit in the season.
Senior Trevor Crawford felt confident the team had the right chemistry to make a run deep in the tournament.
We played together since we were like 10, Falcons, Rifles, those organizations, and we knew coming into the season it would be a great year. We just have to overcome adversity.
This season the Cardinals qualified for the Super 8, but were seeded 10th and first shut out Arlington in a do-or-die play-in game to keep their hopes alive. After a 6-1 drubbing to their nemesis BC High, the Cardinals overcame the odds, winning 5 straight games to get to the final.
As a group, a collective group, the six seniors provided great leadership and great locker room presence, which helped the team build a very strong bond, and a bond that I thought carried us through the playoffs.
Entering the championship game, the number 2 ranked Eagles had 2 previous wins and a tie against the Cardinals. In the title game, it was a heavyweight bout, as both teams battled for every possession. The action was fast and furious. The defenses dominated, and the first period ended in a 0-0 draw. Entering the second period, the Eagles turned up the pressure and nearly scored on a shot that hit the post. But the Cardinals were unfazed, and a few minutes later took the lead when junior center Makim Demers took a feed from Max Kochi on a breakaway and wristed a puck past the BC goalie with 3 minutes left in the period. With the clock ticking down, it looked like Pope Francis might finally claim that elusive title. With 50 seconds left in regulation, the Cardinals failed to clear the puck, and Eagles forward Joe Dragon circled around, firing a wrist shot past 2 Cardinal defenders into the upper corner of the net to tie it up. The Cardinals still had a chance to win in overtime, but the resurgent Eagles got the clincher just 1 minute 30 seconds into the extra period. For BC High, it was their first Super 8 trophy in 10 years. It was a heartbreaking loss, but senior defender Jacob King put it in perspective a few days later with his fellow seniors.
Honestly, looking back at it, I don't really think there's much that we could have done. It's just that those last 50 seconds, there was that one play, and we just didn't get the puck out when we needed to, and that ended up hurting us. They scored, they got a lot of momentum out of it, and we didn't bounce back like they did, and it hurt us in the end.
For the 6 seniors, their careers as Pope Francis High School hockey players is over, but they take with them many memories and lessons learned during their 4-year experience here.
Even though the loss was tough and everything, we still made history as a team, as a school this year. Being the first team from this program to make it to the finals is something no one has ever done, so I think that's something we'll take away for the rest of our lives.
I think the team has a great bond. I've been here for 5 years, so this is really my first year that we've really been a real family. I feel like everyone's got each other's backs, and it worked out for us to get how far we did.
Brendan Namor was the team's leading scorer during the season with 58 points, and also the top scorer in all of Division I.
My experience for the last 4 years has been great. Coach Foley is an awesome coach. He's always pushing us to our limits, and it's what makes us better players in the long run. So hockey's been great. School's fun to come to every day, and it's a great atmosphere.
My experience was incredible. I played with players that are incredible players. Coach Foley's a great coach. I learned a lot from him. and the program itself is just awesome.
Even on the ice, the coaches would be talking about life, like things that help out with you in life instead of like just things that help you be a better hockey player. Like they're all about like you growing as a player, a student, and even a person. It's great.
Coach Foley hopes that what he imparts to his players goes beyond their hockey careers at Pope Francis.
Just to be the best teammate you can be, you know, the best friend, you know, the best teammate, you know, to be accountable and, you know, to work hard, you know, because good things happen to people who work hard.
Before leaving the ice, all the Cardinal players saluted their devoted fans.
You know, we were just, you know, wanted to, you know, pay our respects to the fans. They were so loud and brought so much energy to the game. The environment was terrific, you know, and, you know, the kids really appreciated it, and we just wanted to say thank you.
How will Foley remember this team?
Just heart. You know, the team had a lot of heart and a lot of team spirit.
It's hoped that the same spirit will be carried forward next year as Pope Francis continues in its quest to capture the Super 8 championship. For Reel to Reel, I'm Steve Kiltani.
Tough loss for the Cardinals. Coach Foley said the group of 6 seniors will leave big skates to fill, but he feels the team will make another run in the next season with a lot of talented underclassmen returning.